Behold the wonders of my unparalleled knowledge. None can rival the mastery of the arcane. Mail for me, D. Esrin. On behalf of the High Order of the Arcana and Sorcery, blah blah blah, I regret to inform due to real curriculum, your arcane thesis has been revoked. You must retake your courses to be recognized as a true wizard.
Let's get geared up.
As a wizard, you are a scholarly spellcaster who delves deep into the arcane arts through rigorous study and intense intellectual pursuits. Wizards are masters of magical theory and arcane lore, spending countless hours poring over ancient tomes and deciphering cryptic spells. To build a wizard, you want to focus on intelligence. The smarter you are, the stronger your spells will be. For your ancestry, choose any that gives you intelligence as a boost. Dexterity is also good to have, so elves and humans are good choices. You can also choose a boost to Constitution, so you don't die to the first hit you take. Sprites are soft and squishy, but they do have great options to make you a powerful spellcaster. Our choice will be a rat folk, mostly because you're just so cute, but also because you get a borrowing speed, get to share spaces with your allies, and you have an endless supply of consumables conveniently stored in your, mouth. For your background, we are looking for anything that gives you intelligence as well. A barrister, scholar, acolyte, or any type of nerd will do. Our wizard is a rebel that dislikes the system, and that's why we are taking Academy Dropout. We learned some stuff, but it's definitely not the most accurate, so we get dubious knowledge as a skill feat. For our class, we will pick the wizard. The wizard is not the hardiest of classes, but it makes up for it with their mastery of magic. And since we focused on intelligence, we have a variety of skills that can help us outside of combat. While we didn't pay much attention in school, we still took a specialization. The remastered wizard presents new schools of magic. These schools presents magic in the many ways it can be applied, be it to art, construction, research, and of course, combat. The School of Ars Grammatica displays the power of word and communication, protection and control. You have a variety of spells to buff your friends, weaken enemies, and some interesting variety too. The School of Battle Magic is where all the jocks hang out. Magic is, as many conveniently packed group of enemies can tell you, very destructive. You get a solid selection of combat spells, but that's all you do. If you want to sacrifice versatility for that sweet damage, this is the school for you. The School of Civic Wizardry, on the complete opposite, is where all the nerds hang out. You get a lacking selection of spells that are mostly suited to role-playing an ocean spectre, or a mad scientist. At least you can get forklift certified. The School of Mentalism focuses entirely on the mind. Illusions, enchantment, all kinds of spells that will get you arrested in any reasonable society. With a surprising amount of versatility, and some of the most creative spells at your disposal, you should be able to handle yourself in most situations, unless you face a mindless enemy. The School of the Protean Form teaches students that their body is not enough, that they can achieve more by becoming a giant ape or a thing from beyond this world. The School of the Boundary focuses on planar magic, the manipulation of space, and a little necromancy to spice it up. A robust spell selection and great offensive, defensive, and versatility options make this a powerful choice. Having an array of undead servants is definitely useful in many situations. Finally, the Unified Magical Theory does not provide a curriculum of spells, instead giving you an extra feat, an extra spell, and an improved bonded item. Improved Drain item will allow you to cast a spell from a spent spell slot at every rank you have available. Basically, you get a free slot at every rank. Later, you can pick Bond Conservation, allowing you to recycle some magical energy from a spell you just casted into a smaller spell. And with enough planning, you can basically get infinite slots. So what about spells? On top of the spells you get from your curriculum, you also have a selection of spells just for being a wizard. You start with 10 cantrips and 5 rank 1 spells, but you learn more as you level up and as you find some in your adventures. Unfortunately, wizards only have access to the arcane tradition. But fortunately, the arcane tradition has some of the more powerful spells. Runic Weapon and Mystic Armor give you a very necessary boost to your armor class and to your or your allies' weapons. Summon Undead gives you access to versatile and powerful servants that will take the damage for you, and you get a variety of spells to control the battlefield, like Grease, Gust of Wind, and Interposing Earth. And that's just the first rank. For feats, Counterspell is a powerful choice that you can get at level 1, allowing you to fizzle away your enemy's spells, as long as you have them prepared. It's more likely to become useful later when you have more spells available and with other feats to make it more flexible, so don't feel rushed to pick it right now. Spell-shaped feats like Reach Spell or Widen Spell are very useful, giving your spells more flexibility. Or you can get a cat. Energy Ablation is an interesting feat, providing you with a layer of protection to a specific type of damage. It's not a lot of resistance, but for how squishy you are, every little bit counts. Explosive Arrival gives your summoned creatures an impactful entrance for free. While the initial damage type is fire, you could change the type of damage depending on the creature summoned. Irresistible magic is almost a requirement. You reduce innate magical resistance of other creatures by 1, so dragons, demons, and other magical creatures are more likely to be affected by your spells. Split Slot is also an interesting choice, allowing you to prepare 2 spells in 1 slot. Remember, once you prepare a spell in a slot, you must cast that specific spell with that specific slot. This feat gives you the option of using one of 2 spells, but only in a single slot, and you can't cast the other spell through your bonded item either. At level 8, Knowledge is Power gives you more versatility to your recall knowledge. If you succeed at a recall knowledge check against a creature, that creature takes a -1 penalty to the next save it makes against your spells or against the next attack you make, and it also takes a -1 to the next attack it makes against you. You can also share your knowledge with your allies, so they can bully the poor dragon as well. At level 10, Quickened Casting reduces the actions you need to cast a spell by 1. Used wisely, you can set 2 spells in 1 turn to completely change the battle in your favor, or boost your allies with twice the buffs, making them unstoppable. At level 12, Clever Counterspell improves on, surprising nobody, Counterspell, allowing you to use Counterspell if you have the spell in your spellbook. At this level, you'd have a veritable archive of spells available for you, so you can out-wizard any wizard that tries to wizard around you. Wizards are incredibly powerful on their own, but with Archetypes, you can add more brim to your hat. Flexible spellcasters completely change how you use spells. While you have less spells overall, you have more flexibility as to what spells you can cast. During your daily preparations, you can choose a collection of spells that can be used for each rank rather than choosing what spell will be used in each slot. This gives you the versatility of a sorcerer, but you also have the massive archive of spells of a wizard. Just be more conservative with your slots, as you don't have that many. Taking an archetype for another spellcasting class can be interesting. While you have access to spells from different traditions, you will need more planning regarding your abilities, as you will have to split your spells between intelligence and another ability. The witch does use intelligence as well, but not everyone wants to sell their soul for some magic. The alchemist grants you access to bombs and elixirs, and if you want to focus on crafting, it's a great option to become a wandering magical merchant. Take your time and analyze what spells and feats you want, and how they synergize with each other and with your party's strengths. With patience and planning, you will become a true master of the arcane.
Now, class, anybody would like to tell me the fundamentals of arcane energy required?
Oh, come on. Everybody knows the 5 steps of arcane manifestation. For what now?
Mr. Ezrin, if you would please refrain from interrupting. Now, as I was saying, the fundamental...
Yeah, but what about practical applications?
If you think you can do better, be my guest.
Now, class, behold, the most powerful spell of all, Fireball. Well, maybe there is a time and place for every spell.